At noon, first, the highlight. Winners emerge for Eco Flavors Junior Cooking Competition. Nigeria is set to become Africa's third largest economy by 2025. In other foreign scene, Greece battles 5 major wildfires amid scorching heatwave. And in sports, President Tinubu hails Super Falcons turning WAFCON victory over Morocco. Now the news in details. I am Timi Dayo. Anthony. A 10-year-old chef, Oluwatife Jayigbinle, has emerged winner of the Lagos State Government's Eco Flavors Junior Cooking Competition, clinching a grand prize of 3 million naira. Jayigbinle beat over 200 participants to become the Eco Flavors Junior Champion and Ambassador of the Lagos Food System. The competition, organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems in collaboration with the Culinary Group, was held at the Fresh Food Hub in Idioro, Mushin. Oluwaseyi Fumikwase took home 2 million naira as first runner-up, while James Okafor and Akinshola Oluwatobiloba both secured 1 million naira each as second runners-up. The initiative, targeted at children aged 10 to 13, was conceived by the wife of the governor, Ibijoke Sowolu, to promote food heritage and healthy eating. The Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, described the competition as a platform for building a sustainable food future and boosting youth creativity in the culinary space. The Lagos State Parking Authority, LASPA, says to commence enforcement on indiscriminate parking of vehicles on Lagos roads from Monday. This came to the fore during the July edition of the monthly Walk for Fitness exercise organized by the Office of Head of Service. In its reaction, Head of Service Olabo Diagoro noted that it would be better for LASPA to start the enforcement on indiscriminate parking of vehicles within the state secretariat in Alausa and the old secretariat in Ikeja before extending it to other parts of the state. Permanent Secretary Public Service Office Olasukomi Oyegbala, reinforcing the charge, called on civil servants to imbibe the model of parking culture by supporting LASPA. Now, she urged them to take the message to their colleagues and friends, and adding that with no victim of the enforcement by LASPA would contact the Office of Head of Service or Permanent Secretary for help. Speaking earlier, the General Manager, Lagos State Parking Authority at DBC Adelabu, noted that compliance with the parking regulations play a critical role in achieving a more organized and greater Lagos for both motorists and pedestrians. The Federal Road Safety Corps, Anambra State Command, has confirmed that 5 persons were killed in a road crash that occurred along the Newi-Ogiwe Road, Newi South Local Government Area of Anambra State. The Sector Public Education Officer, Margaret Onabe, said 5 other persons sustained injuries. Onabe said 10 persons, including 4 male adults, 1 female adult, 3 male children, and 2 female children were involved in the accident. According to her, preliminary investigations suggest that the crash was caused by brake failure. And now to the rest of the stories. Nigeria is on track to become Africa's third largest economy by 2025. That is according to the National Orientation Agency, which says the country experienced a significant economic boost in 2024, with its gross domestic product growing by 38%. The agency, in its latest publication, The Explainer, cited data from the National Bureau of Statistics showing Nigeria's GDP rose to 372.8 trillion naira last year, following a rebasing of the economy to 2019 base year. In dollar terms, the country's GDP increased from $187.8 billion to $243.7 billion, yet Nigeria still ranked 4th in Africa. But the NOA, whose editorial board is chaired by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says Nigeria is closing in on Algeria and will soon claim the number 3 spot on the continent. The federal government has directed all ministries, departments, and agencies to desist from entering into contracts dominated in foreign currency as part of its new fiscal control measures outlined in the 2025 Appropriation Act Implementation Guideline. According to the document, all MDAs are to ensure that their contracts are wholly dominated in Naira. It mandates the submit of monthly budget performance reports to the Budget Office using a prescribed format not later than the 15th day of the following month. The documents warn that MDH that failed to submit the reports would not be considered for subsequent capital or recurrent budget releases until they comply. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says the directive puts Nigeria at the center of every kobo the government spends, adding that an executive order to give it full legal force is also underway. And now to foreign news, Greece is fighting 5 major wildfires across the country with emergency evacuation on the way just 30 kilometers north of Athens. The fire has sent the smell of smoke drifted into capital as officials urgently appeal for help from the European Union. The crisis comes during a severe heat wave with temperature expected to soar to 44 degrees Celsius, around 111 degrees Fahrenheit by Sunday. The extreme heat is set to last through the weekend. Greece Minister of Climate Crisis and Civic Protection, Giannis Kelafogiannis, says firefighters have been injured, homes have been lost, and vast areas of forest have been burned. He warned that life remains at risk as crew work to bring the flame under control. And out to sports, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Nigeria's Super Falcons on their dramatic victory over Morocco in the final of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. In a thrilling encounter on Saturday night in Rabat, the Falcons came from 2 goals down at the halftime to defeat the host nation 3-2, sealing their status once again as queens of African football. Goals from Esther Okoronkwo, Folashade Ijamilusi, and the late winner by Jennifer Echeni completed a stunning comeback, silencing the Moroccan crowd and dashing the Atlas Lioness hope of a first continental title. President Tinubu praised the team's courage and resilience, saying their performance exemplified the indomitable Nigerian spirit. Just before we go, use your walkway where available to avoid an accident. You can follow us on all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch a news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, which is on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on my Lagos app for timely update. Now, did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 1,400 hostel beds for Lagos model colleges? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. Now, to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. A 10-year-old chef, Boluwatife Jayegbinle, has emerged winner of the Lagos State Governor's Eco Flavors Junior Cooking Competition, clinching a grand prize of 3 million naira. The National Orientation Agency says Nigeria is on track to become Africa's 3rd largest economy by 2025, as it experienced a significant economic boost in 2024, with its gross domestic product growing by 38%. We also told you that Greece is fighting 5 major wildfires across the country, with emergency evacuations on the way just 30 kilometers north of Athens. And in sports, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Nigeria Super Falcons on their dramatic victory over Morocco in the final of 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The ends news broadcast compiled by Dayo Idowu Olaya. I am Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.